Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Andre here. Welcome to another video. So for this video, I'm still playing some more of my mid-range sword. Now, I have 3 games for you guys for this video. Now, these 3 games, 2 of them are kind of funny. One of them is a little bit more serious. But you know, I had a lot of fun playing these games. Just, you know, casually doing them for my dailies. So let's go hop into the video. So again, I'll show you guys 3 games. 2 of these games are going to be versus Dragon, and 1 of these games is going to be versus Bloodcraft. So as I said before in the previous video, which I'll go ahead and leave a link to if you didn't watch that, you can beat Dragon. It just you know, takes a little bit of pacing. It just takes a little bit of like understanding what resources you can and can't use. So I'm going first. This is kind of good for me. It means that if I can like get like some early traction going, that'll be great. Put some pressure on him. Put some pressure on his evos. I get the carrot and I also get the Fangblade Flare. These are both nice. I do want to find a 2-drop. But if I don't find it, I'll be fine because I have the Kaisa. The Kaisa is great. I do manage to pick up Kahulun. Kahulun is awesome. So now I get to go ahead and go 2, 3, 4. Now, as always, we'll go ahead and we'll check and see what he redrew. So we know that he probably has an Oracle in hand, which is fine. Like it only gets bad for me if he has like Oracle plus Ayala, but like even then, it's still fine because like he's going second. So he passes on 2, so I know that what he has is Ayala. It doesn't really change what I'm going to do here. I'll go ahead and play out the Kaisa. You play out the Kaisa, so this way you can go ahead and get the Kaisa engine running. Because like, so Kaisa is essentially like a 5-mana card. So you want to kind of like try to play it out here, because like I don't need to draw for the foreseeable future. I have plays set up from turn 4 to turn 5 to turn 6, and then maybe I have like a blanket on turn 7, but by that time I should have found more cards to fix that. So again, I know he's going to want to play Ayala here, probably. Instead, he tries to go for Blazing Breath, which is fine. So this frees me up to play Singer. Now, I could just play Carrot. However, I like doing it this way, because, like, I'm not really in a hurry to kill him. I mean, like, I'll kill him whenever, like, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me. But here, he plays with Siegfried, so I'm like, okay, cool. So the correct play for those of you at home is to actually trade into the Singer. Now, you may be wondering, why am I trading into the Singer and Andre? Well, if you trade into the Singer, you keep yourself out of range of a potential Maisie. Additionally, the other thing, and this is the more important one, you keep yourself at 4 HP. At 4 HP, I can't kill you with Shield of Flame. I can't kill you with Luminous Mage. And if you think about it, Luminous Mage is going to be the card that I most want to evolve anyway. Like, so why would you go ahead and make that easier for me? But he doesn't think about it. And so now I get a free Shield of Flame. However, when I pick up the White Ridge is just way better. So I'm just going to go ahead and Evil White Ridge. So the Evil White Ridge is great because he's already used a Blazing Breath, and at 5 HP, the White Ridge can only die if he wants to Evo a Scyther, or if he wants to go Salamander plus a second Blazing Breath. And you have to think about this. If he had that, he probably would have used it the turns before. So yeah, he's in our awful spot right now. So we'll go ahead and we'll trade. We'll die. And so now my opponent goes for the Desperation Fervor. So usually for the Desperation Fervor, they usually telegraph that they want to go ahead and hit you with a Breath of Summer next turn, which is fine. Like, if you want to deal with me, go ahead and do that. I don't care at all. It's fine. Now, this is the most important. Well, this is one of the most important parts of this turn of this game. Is how best do I play around the Breath of Salamander? Like, you have a few different ways of doing that, but like generally you want to try to put out multiple creatures that have above 2 HP. Like, at above 2 HP, they cannot die to Breath of Salamander, and you also want to try to put wards if you can at the same time. Again, you want to try to make these wards at above 2 HP if possible, but if you can't, just having it at 2 HP is fine. The reason why is because this way, he's at 7 PP, so I want to play around both Breath of Salamander and Sahakwa Israfel at the same time. So I'll go ahead and I'll go Amelia. Amelia gets me the Gelt. The Gelt costs 2 mana, that's fine, because the Gelt is a ward, and it gets me multiple creatures in play at the same time. So it's very, very difficult for him to remove all of these, because as you saw last turn, I got 2 creatures to stick, so I'm in a great spot. Yep, he goes Sahakwa, that's fine. Like, you can go for the Saha Israfel, but you have to either suicide your Israfel, or you have to suicide the Sahakwa. Like, he'll Evo the Sahakwa because he has Saha Bahamut, like, but now he has to suicide his 7-drop into my 5-drop, just so he can clear my wards. And he doesn't even full clear the board, so he's in an awful spot right now. And we can go ahead and we can punish that as hard as possible. So here I'll go and play out the Lion Champion. Again, I want to play around Breath of the Salamander as much as possible, so I'll go ahead and I'll actually even evo the Singer as well. This way I put multiple creatures into play at once. Now, one thing that I think a lot of people kind of slip up on is when it comes to playing Sword, a lot of people try too hard to hold onto evos for Albert. You don't need to do that. Like, if you think about it, Albert on 9 with an evolve, he does 4 damage. However, an ordinary evolve does 2 damage. So if you can get an evolved creature to stick and play for at least 2 turns, you're doing the same damage that the Albert Evo would do in the future. So I want to go ahead and I want to get that damage now. Like, getting that damage now, like, it racks up, because like it's very, very difficult from the full clear either this board or the board after. Like, that means that the Singer can actually get me in at least 6 damage. Or sorry, the Singer's Evo can get me in at least 6 damage, which is way more than I could get ordinarily. So here he'll go ahead and Evo Rahab. I'm like, oh, you can't kill the Lion Champion, right? And then he'll play Elder Tortoise, and that's just game, because Fangblade Slayer is a real card, and he did not play around it. Additionally, so is Kahulin, and he knew I played that as well, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Yep, but again, I go ahead and I kill him, and it just came down to, like, I never gave him a good Breath of Salamander turn. He didn't have the Sawhawk Will Israfel, but even if he had the Sawhawk Will Israfel, he still would have had to suicide in Israfel. Israfel is one of the ways they beat Sword, because you just make a 10-10 Israfel, Sword can't do anything about it, and they just, like, lose. So, yeah. Next one is going to be for Sword. So both this one and the third game are both going to be kind of like on the funny side, but this game shows off a very, very important thing. Now, in the video that I had, again, you can like watch the link. I made sure to mention that like Hedgehog is one of those criminally underused cards. Like, Hedgehog is broken. Like, holy, well, I say broken, but when I say broken, I usually just mean good. So I kept the Hedgehog because I was going second versus Bloodcraft. Like, the Hedgehog is good because, like, at the 1/3, it means he has to like use removal spells to clear it. If he misses his 1-drop, that means like then I get to play a Hedgehog. It puts him in a bad spot. But here he finds the Curse-Bearer Vampire. Now this is fine for me because, right? So this is fine and dangerous for me because most players play Blood Wolf on 2 automatically. It doesn't matter if they have a 2-drop. They just go and they slam Blood Wolf on 2. But if he's smart, he'll play a Vanya, or he'll play like, say, well, actually really just Vanya. Yeah, either like Vanya or like say Baphomet. Like if he has either of those two, that's like awkward for me, but still fine. Here he plays at Urias, so Urias is not as good for me because it means I'm going to take a lot of damage because I don't have any rush cards. Well, I have 1 rush card in my hand, but the Urias is really big here. But right now, go ahead and look at the board. So we have the Hedgehog. He has a creature in play. So what I can do next turn is whatever creature he plays, I can just go ahead and kill it with Momo, or I can go ahead and I can, well, actually really just kill it with Momo. But I can go ahead and kill it with Momo. The Hedgehog will go up to 2 attack. I can go ahead and trade in here. This will be a 3/2. He'll have a 1/3. He'll be incentivized to want to go ahead and use a. He'll be incentivized to want to go ahead and use, say, a removal spell, like say a Razor Claw. Like, if he has Night Hord's awful for me. But if he doesn't have those cards, I'm in the driver's seat, and I just get to go in. So here he'll play out a second Urias. This is actually terrifying. This Urias is going to destroy me. But he's using up a lot of cards in this game, so I know that he most likely doesn't have removal, and that's fine. Like, he chooses to go face. So now, what we'll go ahead and do here is I actually got an even better target, so now I can go ahead and clear this, and then bam, 3 attack. Also, I'm also now allowed to make value trades too, which is also very, very important in this matchup. Because, like, I want to try to wrestle away control of the board versus him. If I'm at a high enough total when I do this, I don't have to worry about getting burned out, and I can just win. So now I suddenly control the board. And by that I mean I have like bigger creatures than him. So here, the correct place to go ahead and go Blood Wolf trade, and then make a value trade with the Urias. But here he hands out, so I now know that he's in top deck mode, and he just chooses to go face. This is good for me because, well, I'm Sword. So what we'll go ahead and do here is I top deck the Hedgehog and I just go in. So to be honest with you, okay. So to be honest with you, the trading in immediately into the Urias was literally just because I did not want to take that 1 extra damage. because I knew that I was going to take a lot of damage this turn, and by not taking that 1 extra damage, I keep myself just barely out of range of Razor Claw, and that's very, very important right now, because like there's still 3 Razor Claws in a second. He can top deck. So what I'll go ahead and do here is I'll go ahead and Snap Evolve the Hedgehog. I Snap Evolve the Hedgehog because, again, you do not want to take extra damage here. Like, I want to take as little damage as possible. And these Hedgehogs are just catching buffs after buffs. So now I can go ahead and trade it into the Blood Wolf. And then now suddenly I have a 6-1 Hedgehog and a 5-4 Hedgehog. Like, he has to trade. If he doesn't trade here, he dies salivate. Like, you have to trade here. Like, you might not want to, but you have to. And in each trade that I'm forcing to make, that puts him further and further away from lethal range, and that's good for me. Like, the only way he gets saved here is if he has, say, a Dance of Death into, say, Caraboss, into, say, Razor Claw. But that's like multiple top decks he needs to get in exactly that order in order to not, like, lose the game. Now, he goes ahead and he evolves the Ambling Wraith. I'm like, okay. And then he doesn't do anything else, so I'm just like, okay, why did you... Like, so at this point, I'm assuming that what he has in his hand is that he most likely has an Implanter in hand. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go ahead and ward up, because this is the last turn of the game. This is the turn where basically, if I win or if I die is like decided here. So I'll go ahead and ward up. I'll evolve the ward as well. You make the evolve in the ward in order to protect your 6-1 Hedgehog. So I can go ahead and do here. Sorry. So I could have gone ahead and done is evolve the ward, or evolve, like, say it's like evolve the ward and then go ahead and trade in such a way that like the ward has as much HP as possible. You do this so this way you don't die to Blood Wolf plus removal spell killing you. Bam. But like he just conceded because like the ward just like destroyed him. Alright, so now for the last game. This game is going to show you why tech choices matter. I'll always say this pretty much all the time, actually. Like, tech choices and smart play, like, as well as being able to identify the deck that your opponent's on, it helps a lot. It truly does. Yep, so he's versus Dragon. So I'm assuming that he's probably serious or whatever, which is fine, you know, like... Alright, so I went ahead and tossed back all 3. I have the Kaiser, I have Removal Spell, I also have a Momo. Unfortunately, I am going second, but that's fine, because like I actually prefer to go second in most of these matches, because like if I have Evo advantage, like I know that I'm gonna make smart Evos, and I know that you are not, so I can go ahead and punish you for that. So I missed my T-drop, but like again, that's fine. Like I have Kaisers, I have double Kaisers. Double Kaisers is all I want. Now here he plays that Dracomancer's Raid. I'm like, oh god, all right. So I now know he's Discard Dragon. I don't know what type of Discard Dragon he is. I just know he's Discard Dragon. So he's most likely like PTP. But some of these like do kind of like hybridize some other things as well. Like say for example, some of them also play stuff like say Satan or stuff like say Queen for a lot of like really funny shenanigans. But I don't want any funny shenanigans happen to me. But like it's gonna be a long game now. Because ironically enough, Discard Dragon has access to some of the strongest AoEs in the game. Alright, so here he plays a Mashusu, as well as Dragon Summoner. Now I think he's thinking that I'm going to like evolve or something like that, which I could possibly do. Now when I pick up the Hedgehog does in fact decide that I'm going to like evolve. Initially I was not going to, but now I will. Yep, I'll go ahead and evolve. The reason why you evolve here is because if you don't evolve, what happens is he plays Sybil and then he beats over you for free, and then you still have to evolve anyway. And now I want when he trades into this, I can go ahead and I can say clear it with say Shield of Flame if I want to, and that'll be fine. But here he plays Dragon Slayer's Price. Yeah, Dragon Slayer's Price. I'm sorry about that. And then like redraws his entire hand, so redraws 5 cards. But that's fine. Like he gives me a free turn to develop my second Kaiser, and so now every turn I can just like play up multiple TTs and just get through with that. Now I do have to slog through at least another Dragon Slayer's Price and 3 Breath of Salamanders. But here he goes Owl Guardian. Owl Guardian is like, alright, so Owl Guardian is like a major throwback for me. Like I used to love this card. I mean, even now that it's still a very, very good card. I just, you know, Dragon plays like better things now. So he'll draw another card, but unfortunately he walks right into my Momo. Now here, this is the very, very important part. This is a very, very important part. I top deck the Axe Destroyer, so I cannot play this Axe Destroyer no matter what. I cannot do it until I see him play the PTP. So this turn he goes Dragon Council, draws a few more cards, you know, casually draw 4 into Ivory Dragon, still drawing more cards. It's turn, yeah, it's like turn 7. Yeah, turn 7. He's like he's most way through his deck, and that's fine. He doesn't Evo here because he can't afford to, because like I'm pretty sure he wants to try to save Evos for Owl Guardian, which is fine, perfectly fine. What we'll go ahead and do here is we'll go ahead and trade, and then go to Luminous Mage, and then we'll go ahead and evolve Luminous Mage, trade, and then we'll go ahead and replay a carrot, and that's fine. Because like I don't have to do anything right now. The only thing I have to do is I just have to stall. Because like the game plan right now is to go ahead and try to make him mill as many, make him like discard and slash mill as many cards as possible. Then when he plays the PTP, I'll go ahead and I'll kill the PTP, and then he'll lose. Yep, he plays out a carrot here. Yep, here he goes and plays the PTP, and then he plays another Dragon Slayer's Price. So at this point, this is going to be where I go ahead and I go in with my plan. I can't afford to go ahead and not do it this turn. The reason why is because, like, there might be a world in which he can actually, like, say, in which he can actually, like, say, trigger his PTP this turn. Now, I didn't actually, like, really do the math because I didn't feel like doing the math. But the reason, but again, the reason why I decided to do this is because I know some of these PTP lists, they actually also play Forte as well. And if he gets the PTP off, I can die to double Forte. So I want to go ahead and blow up the PTP now, when I'm pretty sure that he's already like gotten rid of some of his PTPs, which is fine. Like if I blow up this one, he might not have the second one, and now like all of his discards are now all super harmful to him. He only has 10 cards left in deck, so he has to either draw into the second PTP, and he has to do it very, very fast. However, it's worth noting, I can still die here. I can 100% still die. I only have one more Access Ray left in my deck, and I might not draw it. So if he can get the remaining shadows he needs, he will in fact kill me. However, that requires him to be able to play cards, and so now he's in an awkward spot. The reason why is because like I'm threatening lethal. Like if I have an Albert, you die, friend. Like you have to clear this board. And so it's going to be very, very difficult for him to do what he needs to do, which is to be able to play out some of his creatures and then discard cards. Because now he's like hard on the discard plan. And now if he doesn't draw PTP here, he will lose. But doesn't have it, so that's just game. Because the only way he can kill me now is if he has, say, double PTP or something like that. And yeah, he has to have like double PTP next turn into a Forte the turn afterwards. Or a Scyther, I believe, will kill me as well. But I'll just go ahead and go Barbosa. Alright, so to be honest with you, let's see, 6. Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't really misplay because of the fact that like it's like game over for him. Like the only thing I do is just like clear this board. The only way I can possibly die is if he turns up to be like, say, Satan or something like that, and then just like play Satan here. But even then, like I still have like full control of the board. Like I'm not like in danger of losing anytime soon. However, you know, you can still lose to all sorts of cheese. I know this because I lose to all sorts of cheese all the time. But now he has to either kill me this turn or play Satan in order to like stay in the game. If he can't, he just loses. But here he plays like Angel Crusher. And then draws 5 cards, but can't draw anymore, so he dies. Yep. Yeah, like this game was just wild to me, just because like it really just showed the effectiveness of just, you know, having a tech card. Like the extra, like granted, I didn't really put in like extra like explicitly to hit like PTP, but it's one of those like it helps. Like it helps so much just because like you never know what like kind of like nonsense you're gonna like queue into. Like you can queue into some of the strangest things all the time. And it just helps, you know, having a wide array of options to be able to like a wide array of options in order to like deal with like a lot of varied like threats and whatnot. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like, go and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.